So for the last week or so, people have been gathering all across Canada and the United States to end the lockdowns in these massive public protests, which I will say, A for effort, D for execution. This is one of those instances where the method in which protest is going to undermine the message. Okay, so I made a video, put it out there, where I made the case, and I will make the case again, that we need to end these lockdowns slowly and responsibly, right? We need to tranche people back into the workforce because the economic devastation that's going to hit is going to be worse than the devastation caused by the coronavirus if we let that run rampant. So let's keep the nursing homes closed. Let's keep vulnerable people indoors. Let's try and do as much as we can from home, but we need to get out there and maintain the supply chains or else disaster could strike. Okay, that's where I am politically, but the media, they've been so happy right now, and politicians, and they've been happy too because they can look like the responsible ones in this, are blasting the protesters. The media is just like, they're evil, they want everyone to die, no one outside believes in vaccines or science or whatever. Science, 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 as the left pretends that they care about science. Now, what you are doing, though, is you're undermining your message because we need to put it out there that if we want to reopen society can be reopened because we will be responsible. So gathering at Queen's Park or gathering in these things outside the legislature, right? It's showing people like, okay, if we let people back outside, everyone's just going to form into these massive crowds and it'll panic people. We need clever ways. Like the streets are shut down. How about a car rally? We were doing this at the beginning, but if people sort of blockaded in their cars and sort of did a social distance protest, well, then the media couldn't bash it because they'd say, well, listen, these people clearly understand the dangers. This is just they're protesting the risk reward here, right? When you go outside and you stand next to people and say, I don't even believe in this virus or whatever, right? It makes you look bad. And I'm telling you, protests and trying to make public statements, it's not so much about the message as the messaging. And that's just the stark reality of where we are. Like Donald Trump didn't have the greatest policies or the ways to do that, but like he was able to message himself during the election. He was able to get more attention. Like he able to connect more to people. Like I'm sorry, that's just the way we live in. And Hillary didn't download the look like a human being programming in 2016, and the messaging fell apart. I mean, this is one of the things. So what people are protesting for, I'm with, because I've said, listen, we can't keep the entire world economy on lockdown for 3 months. The economic devastation is going to be worse than the Great Depression if we do that. And then more people will die than they will die of the coronavirus. So you can't say I don't care about lives because I'm making a very reasonable point that more people will die under this current system. Now, there's other things to protest too. There's other legitimate concerns. I am very concerned that politicians are using the coronavirus to assume too much power. And what I know about human beings, being one for 28 years and talking to countless other human beings, or at least I think I did, is this is a great excuse for politicians. The coronavirus provides a great excuse for them to do nothing and then later on say, well, everything fell apart, but that was coronavirus. It wasn't me, right? So, things are about to collapse, and you might have had all these debts and all these things collapsing, but the politicians would say, well, everything was great, but then coronavirus, and then everything fell apart because of coronavirus, right? So obviously not everything would be the coronavirus's fault, but it just provides such a convenient excuse for politicians to, one, do nothing right now, just keep the lockdowns going, and two, when things fall apart, say, it wasn't me, it was this, right? So it provides an excellent excuse. To the more power-thirsty, motivated politicians, it provides a great excuse to assume more executive power. And for the media, it's just, they've been going, we're all, like, people tune in to watch the news. We're all going to die, we're all going to die, we're all going to die. Now here's a celebrity thanking a nurse. We're all going to die, we're all going to die, we're all going to die. So what I would say is, if we want this message to get out there, I understand not everyone has a significant social media standing where you can go and articulate this message for 5 to 6 minutes and put it out there in a concise fashion. But if we're going to continue to protest the lockdowns, I would show up to a protest that was a clever socially distanced protest, right? We're in our cars, we're going to blockade, Queen's Park, or we're going to blockade Queen's Park, because if we're going to be locked down, all these politicians are going to be locked down too, right? We're going to lock down Doug Ford, we're going to lock down Justin Trudeau. Like, no, if we're doing this, you're doing this, right? But we're responsible, right? So it shows so it at least shows, hey, we understand the risk reward. We're just saying the greater reward now is this, and we want that acknowledged. But when you all stand together in a circle, they can say, these people are unbelievers. They don't even believe in the disease. They don't believe science. Therefore, they're all crazy people. We could ignore all these legitimate concerns of government power overreach, the death from economic shutdown, the social strain of this, the freedom and the right implications. All of those are very valid concerns, but they can be undermined by poor messaging, which is kind of what's happening here when people gather en masse. But I would totally be down. I think a great thing to be doing would be to lock down certain decision makers. Say, no. If we're all going to be inside every day, you're going to stay right there too. And I think that would provide a much more powerful message than a mass gathering at a time like this. So that's my 2 cents on that, and I will see you all tomorrow, where I yell at clouds about something that makes me angry.